Good morning and welcome to another Discovery Friday. So today we're going to be looking at centripetal force. We're going to see how all that works having to do with the molten mantle of the Earth and see how this works. So this was actually the activity that was involved in your lesson. I don't think most of you did it, so we're going to do it today. Now, first of all, I want to explain what's happening here. And so most of you know that we've talked about this, that the Earth has a big liquid layer within it. Now, as we know, liquids react to gravity. So we have this water balloon, and you can see it creates this kind of teardrop fashion right here. It's like kind of this, and it pulls apart. And so if gravity's acting on it, it actually kind of smashes it and gets that. Well, what happens with centripetal force, like the pedals on a bike, but it's with a T, so pedals on a bike. So it's centripetal force actually has a force acting as it spins in a circle. Now, sometimes you can see this if you were to take this and take a balloon or something better. And it works if you have a really strong outer casing. The water balloon is a little bit weak for this, but you can take it, and if you spin it fast enough, what you're going to end up with is you end up with it pulling out and kind of flattening, which you can kind of see in the diagram here. It kind of pulls to the sides because it's spinning. All right? And there's a lot of different forces acting on the Earth at any given time. But if you were to take this, let's see how this is going to work. We may actually, this is really tight. We're going to take that, and we're going to see if we can. All right. Now, if you were to slow that down, as soon as that starts spinning and that water starts spinning, it starts pushing to the outsides. Okay? There's actually an easier way to do it than this, and that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to start out, and you're going to take a piece of paper, and you are going to fold it over. Okay? Now a little piece of tape works really lovely right here. And all we need to do is just take that, hold it like that. Now we're going to cut holes in the top and bottom. Well, how do you know where the top and bottom is? Easy. You just spread it like that. And then you're going to take a little pencil and you're going to mark, okay, your top and your bottom right in the center. And once we've marked our top and our bottom, the simple thing to do is we're just going to take a little pair of scissors here, and you just clip it. Now, could you do this a whole bunch of different ways? Well, sure you could. You can do it any different ways. All right? And so we're going to take that little hole, and I'm going to make it bigger in the top because I'm going to tape it to the pencil. Now in the bottom, I want to just take that and put it through. You can do this with a chopstick. You can do this with a dowel. And actually, the bigger, longer stick you have, a little bit better this works. Okay, and as we push it kind of through the bottom here, you want to work it so it slides a little bit. And then we're going to come up to the top. And you're going to take this bit, and what we want to do is we want to make sure that this doesn't pull away. So we're going to take another couple pieces of tape here. And we're going to tape to it, and then we're going to tape to the pencil. All right. You want to make sure it doesn't distort too much. You want to make sure you kind of keep that round like that. But the big thing is to make sure it's not moving on the pencil there, okay? And then again, make sure that you're kind of moving. Let's see if that works. And then we're going to make a little mark. Once you get a pretty good circle right there, we're going to make a little mark right down at the bottom where the paper meets, right? Make it nice and big there. So where the paper meets and where the paper is right there. Now, if we take this and we are to spin it like that, look what happens. You have that mark right there. And it has moved up about 1/2 inch. And you can see that it is actually flattened out quite a bit. Now, the Earth spins at a massive speed, and that means that it's going to continue to flatten it just a little bit, which means the circumference of the Earth at the equator is actually bigger than the circumference of the Earth at the poles. So if you were to attach the poles, the circumference is smaller than the equator because the Earth is rotating so seriously. And as we know, rotates like that, and then there's all these other forces where it tips off to the side. So what I want you to do today is I want you to do this experiment. Simple piece of paper, couple pieces of tape. It can be any kind of tape you want, duct tape, masking tape. I used clear tape because that's what I had right here on my desk, and a pencil. Easy activity with 3 little things. And so what you're going to do is you're going to put a little mark on your pencil, dowel, broomstick if you want to do this really big, and just make sure that you have a nice, good piece of paper that you can work with. And that's it. So today we're going to discover that, and you guys are going to do a little project. You're going to record your results and tell me what you find out. All right, my friends. So that's what we have for today. Have a good Discovery Friday, and I will see you on Monday.